didn't hear like half of what he said, but it's fine. I'm touched a nerve apparently. Welcome back to quarantine.
Welcome back to
Shout out. Like, yeah, no, I didn't even roll the eyes. I just said like I just don't believe in the cat. That's all I said. But it's whatever. Neither here nor there. We back at it. We back in the building.
Welcome back to Quarantines. The question at hand is, should there be a cap on the number of people you have sex with in your lifetime? That's the real question that I want to know. So what's your answer? No?
No. I mean, because let's be real. You're going to sleep with enough people that's probably going to end up killing you anyway. So there's no...
But there's no point at which you feel it becomes inherently like... I don't know, morally wrong, ethically wrong, physically wrong, medically wrong.
Those last two, maybe. But the other two, no. Like, you do what you want when you pop it. Like, that's you. If you can find that many people to sleep with you, then I'm proud of you.
It sort of is a case-by-case thing, because it's just like if you're pursuing someone ethically, period.
Yeah, it's...
And if you can really find...
Yeah, and that goes...
100,000 bitches to fuck.
Yeah, and maybe that goes more to your point about the unethical thing. Like, let's be real, the people with higher numbers are usually not exactly nicer people. Just like as we get to certain
when you
numbers.
get in those super high things.
When we get to certain numbers.
Now, there's definitely some. I mean, is being a sex addict a medical condition, or is that just like a cultural phrase?
I'm sure literally everything in America's got to prescribe. So yeah, I'm sure.
You think it's a medical?
I'm sure there's an actual diagnosis for it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just because America.
So what's the number at which?
I'm about to say here in America.
Okay, so then what's the number at which you are a sex addict?
You want me to ask Alexa? Like, you want me to look it up? Because I'll look it up.
Yeah, I don't know.
I'll look it up.
No, but I'm not saying in a literal sense what's the number. I'm saying what's your thought?
Me?
Yeah.
I mean, first of all, I'd be like, I am addicted to sex. I love sex. So shit, like, I don't know. Like,
but you're not medically a sex addict. We're saying it's a medical condition, right? So, I don't know. If somebody fucked, I don't know, if you fucked a bitch a day for 5 years, what number is that? 7 times 52 times 5.
Hey, I'm gonna just read this off WebMD right now.
Go ahead. Yeah, go ahead.
What is a sex addict? Sex addiction is defined as a lack of control over sexual thoughts, urges, and impulses, aka every time I'm outside these days. While sexual impulses are natural, sex addiction only refers to behaviors that are done in excess and significantly impact one's life in a negative way. Although sex addiction isn't listed as a diagnosable condition in whatever they call this diagnosed book, research indicates that excess sexual behavior can develop like a chemical condition or addiction. Excuse me.
Yeah.
So, yeah. I mean...
Yeah, that's a bit different. I mean, I'm just being silly. But.
Yeah, I know you are, which is fine. And again, I'm not against it. Y'all do what you want when you pop it. Like, every true addiction is something that affects your life in a negative way, to me.
I feel like if you were legit fucking someone different every day for over a year, that would be, quote-unquote, WebMD, negatively affecting your life in a significant way.
But I don't know what they do. Like, but... Yeah, exactly. But that's depend like.
No, I know. That's my opinion. If
that person is a porn star.
That's my suggestion.
If that person is a porn star, I think they need practice. So once a day is, I feel like at least that average is gonna equal out.
Yeah, you're right. Fair enough.
So
Fair point.
I think it depends on the role and how, like, you know, yes, the negative impact on the life is where we get to the addiction. Yeah. I don't even know how we got to this. Like, oh my days, like
this is just a random tangent.
Yeah, I know, right? Like, might cut the whole thing out, like, or save it for something else. But
it's fine, whatever. It's an interesting thought.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I don't think of it as something that really gets that far, but I'm the lay person. I don't know how many people be out here having that ability.
Let's put it this way. You can definitely have sex that is negatively affecting your life and not be a sex addict. Plenty of ways to go about that. So you don't have to necessarily...
Shout out to the F boys. Yeah.
Funny. Okay, well, interesting. Thought of the day, Quarantines podcast.
Yeah. Comment. Hit us up in the DMs. Like, we would love to know because we was feeling some type of way about this topic. Yeah. So,
but anyway, our real topic this week is laws of attraction. Ooh, okay.
Yeah, I don't like. I'm fine with that as the title for it, but I mean, it's not gonna be a title for the episode. Like, I don't know. I have to think of it. Like,
That's fine. It doesn't
I
have
get
to
it.
be.
But I get it. I get it. Like, I had to read your stuff. And
I know.
now I'm
Yeah, I
like,
put this on the list actually a really long time ago, and we've just kind of been letting it brew a little bit, which is always what I need.
You've been letting it brew.
Yeah.
I've been ready to talk
Let
about
it percolate.
As always.
Yeah.
As always. But no. So, why don't you come with what your original thought was?
Yeah, I mean, the
topic?
original question, I don't know. I feel like this is obvious, but maybe not. Do opposites attract, and is that good or bad?
So the first part of that question I feel like is very easy, and that's just yes.
So you say yes.
But the second part of that question is not nearly as easy, and I can't answer in 2 seconds. Because, I mean, I've just been around to see too many examples in both ways.
Okay.
Like there's couples I know where one of the two of them is the more eccentric, outgoing or outspoken, the alpha, so
Sure.
to speak, and the other one is not. Like they're the whole other way.
Yeah.
And usually I think something like that is too dramatic to work, but I know for a fact that they've been together for damn near 2 decades.
Okay.
And I've had personal conversations with that part of the couple that I'm closer with, and I know that there's not really an issue there. Like, because, you know, that's the other thing, too. Like, you see some of these things, and you're like, wow, that dynamic, I don't think it's going to work. That you see on, like, IG or whatever, but you don't really know them personally.
Yeah.
And you just be placing bets, like, how long you going to go? And then it don't work out.
Well,
like,
and sometimes the other way. I was just going to say, like, not for nothing. Just because somebody's been together for 2 decades doesn't mean they should be or
correct.
or it's going well.
Correct, yes.
So.
People can make it a very
Smoke
long
and mirrors.
time or they're all lifetime without whatever really expressing themselves in that way, which is fine. But no, I do think that it works. I think that
It can.
I just think that there used to be more of a, what's the word I'm looking for? Stereotypical view of the opposite attracts, that whole phrase.
Yeah.
And people just kind of like, yeah, I'll go for it. It's cool, whatever. Like, oh, I like the bad boys, but I'm a good girl. You know, those kind of stupid things like that. And I think that, you know, now in 2021, we're just, I mean, well, scientifically we are smarter, period.
Yeah, right.
And I think we've got more levels to it. So that's why I say the second part to your question
Is it good or
got
bad?
more
Yeah.
layers. The first part I can answer easily and
Sure.
just be confident to say yes.
Yeah, opposites definitely attract. Man, is it good or bad? I would lean towards bad simply because I think people just, I don't know, they take it too far. They don't be thinking it through enough. I don't know. Like we're all blind in love, so to speak.
Love is Blind, isn't that a show?
Yeah. So it's just like, I don't know. I feel like, well, maybe it would be easier if we just broke it down more and be like, what you know, what are the levels to this?
Yeah, so like, I mean, your first thing on here is how opposite is too opposite.
Right.
And I think
So
my easiest thing would be like I don't deal with the whole like love languages thing. I think it's dumb, whatever.
I don't think it's
like,
dumb, but I don't really care for it.
I think it's dumb, but it's fine. But I do think that there are like core values to just a relationship
Yeah.
that, you know, maybe correlates with that everyone has. And I think
Like what? Give examples.
so like family is very important. Like
Okay.
your relationship with your family is very important to me, or like your availability. Like,
Sure.
you know, I probably couldn't be in a real relationship with somebody whose job had them never around. Like, I would just be too needy. I'm too simpy. Like, I need you to be
Okay.
out here cuddling my ass. Like, I can't have you on these world trips all the time, you know? Like, certain things like that where I'd be like, do you value, like, the time together? Do you value, like, family time? Like, how do you feel about, like, our downtime? Like, how are we spending it? Like, there are certain things, and I think as long as you match up on a lot of those things, a lot of the other opposite things don't matter. So like when I say like the other things, like if you like country music and I like rap, whatever, it'll be fine. You like Ohio State, I like Michigan, whatever, it's fine. These are things that while they may be sort of important, they're not at the core of who you are, or at least they better not be. So, or at least for me. So as long as they aren't, it's fine. Like you can have all of those things and I won't agree. Like you don't like video games and I got freaking 16 million systems.
Sure.
Like these are things that I use in my daily or weekly life, but it's not something that you would ever entertain.
The point you're getting to is like hobbies versus values. And I think there's something to be said, but based on what you're saying, I think we might have a somewhat disagreement. I mean, we agree essentially in the fact that there is a line somewhere, and it's different for everybody, about what is similar enough or too dissimilar that it's going to work or not work. When you talk about like hobbies, because that I think is the less deeper one, right?
Correct.
Is like, I don't know. I do feel like it is actually a deal breaker if you don't have some hobbies that you do things together.
Well, yeah, y'all got to do something other than fuck and go to sleep. So, like, that's just obvious. Like, that's a duh. But what I'm saying is it doesn't need to be all of them.
Yeah,
like,
agreed.
But
it also depends on if you're the type of person, like, how invested are you in said hobbies? Like, if you're going to travel every weekend to go skiing and the other person is like, I will never ski ever, and you'll be off skiing every weekend, that's not going to work. If you're a gamer and you're going to game, you know...
Well, I don't know.
60 hours a week.
I see plenty of TikToks that teaching girls how to distract guys from gaming, so I don't know.
That's fine. That's fine. But we're talking about is it gonna work?
Yeah, no, and I know, and I think that the gaming one, I like your skiing, snowboarding analogy. That one is way better. The gaming one, like, the fact of the matter is, especially when it comes to a female versus a male in the relationship, they want to squash that. They know how to do it. Like, that's not a problem.
Sure.
Like, so I'm not going to put that one on the same level, but I agree with you. If it's something that you're doing
I don't know. I kind of do put it on the same level because almost in the favor of the gamer. I'm like, people have a tendency, and this is sort of a different topic, but whatever, fuck it.
Here we go.
People have a tendency to think that, like, screen-based leisure hobbies are not legitimate. Like, we're trained this from little kids. Like, you can't watch TV. Get off the TV. Get off the computer. Da 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 da.
Time out. I know you're about to go on a rant real quick, but leisure versus leisure.
I mean, either one. I'm not.
Okay. Right. I just want to go. All right, keep going.
No, we're trained this from a young age, and I think it's changed with particularly our generation. But there is a tendency, I think, to devalue these things as legitimate time spenders, so to speak. And I actually don't agree with that at all. Like, as somebody who's pursuing a career in content, like, I get frustrated when there's this collective notion that spending a good amount of your life watching TV, watching movies, playing video games, that's old news to think that shit is not worthwhile. You know how much money video game developers make? Like, it's just not fair to say.
You see how much some of these professional gamers make.
Esports, all of it, all this shit.
No, and well, I think goes more to me, and maybe it goes to the value thing we'll get to, but like, that's just more of the like understanding. Like, there are plenty of hobbies that I don't enjoy. Like, I had a ex-girlfriend once who legitimately told me, she's like, I don't really F with sports. And I was like, why? I was like, why? I know, right? And I was like, why not? And she's like, well, maybe it's because I just have never gotten into it when I was younger.
Yeah.
Or haven't been to an event, like whatever. Like, and I was like, okay, that's cool. I took her to NCAA tournament game.
Yeah.
Happened to be a freaking, first round upset.
Uh-huh.
And she was like, I can see why you love it. Like, she never got into it still.
Yeah.
But she at least gave me the understanding of, I see why this is. Like, I can see the vibe, I can see the feeling, whatever.
Right.
And I think that's where the good relationships lie, where it's like, let me show you my hobby, and you don't have to be out here playing with me, like playing Call of Duty with me every Friday night. That's cool.
No.
But, like, as long as you understand the level of why I like it, then it's fine. It's when it becomes a thing where you genuinely can't understand why I'm spending time at the cabin every week or the mountains every weekend or the hours on the Xbox.
I think it's more of a time thing than the understanding thing. Like, because people can say they understand, or they do, or they don't, and all of that is contributing definitely to the like overall positive or negative aspects of your relationship, to your point. And you can definitely gain respect for your partner by understanding why they're into what they're into. But what it comes down to is time. There's only so many fucking hours in the day. If you can say till the cows come home that you're fine if your partner is gonna spend X hours a day gaming, but if that's gonna build resentment, you're lying to yourself.
But then that goes to me. Like, then you don't actually understand,
right?
Because if you did understand, then the time wouldn't be an issue.
Yeah, and then the person who's doing the hobby, whatever it is, like I said, snowboarding, whatever. If you are going to grow resentful of your partner from taking you away from that thing, that's a problem too. And I think that one is more overlooked, I think. Because people always have this notion of like, oh, why, like, spend time with me instead. Like, that's commonplace, common jargon, and like, cultural discourse or whatever.
You playing Madden again?
Yeah, but the opposite is less talked about, where it's like, if you're going to start to grow resentful of your partner that they're taking you away from something you love, like, don't devalue these things that are hobbies. Like, it's hard enough as adults to find shit that we like to do. Like, we're fucking tired and we have bills to pay and commitments to make and shit. Like, if you really love something, like, I don't think that you should be, so easy about giving up the time you spend doing that thing.
Yeah. You're not going to get an argument from me on that. Like, that part I agree.
But for me, again, like, people always look immediately to tangible things, like those are the more obvious ones. But some level 2 tangibles are like you said, family time, religion.
Yeah, that's normally one that can be for some people is
different stuff like that. Like, these are very tangible things. For me, I don't know. I feel like people have a tendency to underestimate like in the intangible stuff, mostly to do with communication. No one is surprised.
Okay,
I'm out here on the podcast.
Say, like, why don't you go ahead? I'm gonna need you to explain that one, because I was like what? Like, what's actually hurting?
Yeah, I just feel like people don't consider like communication as one of these main values. They don't consider it a main value, and I do.
Well, I mean, I think that it
maybe
is.
A top one.
I think that it is, but I think the way I look at it is it's like a subcategory of a lot of the other things. So I just don't look at it as its own category.
Yeah.
Because it should fall into majority of those things. Like your communication about your hobbies, your communication about your family values, communication like, if you are communicating any of these things, but y'all just happen to be vibing and hanging out and having a great time, then you're right. That communication portion becomes like its own separate thing, and it's very important. If you don't have it, I mean, let's be real. We know where this goes. Like, everybody listening to your favorite podcast you heard today has somebody that you know who supposedly had a great relationship till homeboy or homegirl came to you, talk about how homie doesn't talk to me the way he's supposed to, or doesn't listen to me, or da-da-da-da, and then they break up.
Sure.
And so I'm not going to disrespect the communication thing, but I think it's a subcategory of everything.
Yeah, fair enough.
That's how
I mean, all of this, okay, so we went to, it's hilarious that me and you immediately went to, like, the long-term deep relationship idea.
Well, it's more hilarious that you did, but yes, agreed.
But we got to hit, like, some of the more superficial angles of this topic, which is, like, if you're not, we're talking about dating and not, like, your long bae,
yes,
wifey, whatever. You're just dating, right? So, there's two different levels here. There's personality and interaction, and there's physical attraction.
Yes.
So, on the physical attraction side, do opposites attract?
No.
No? You're saying...
Yeah, I'm about to say, only with a couple of your homies. Like, what I'm very specifically thinking of. But, no. In general, that's like That's like Purell. Kills 99% of germs. That's like a 99% like, nah.
So you're saying
not.
that you're in the camp that like you only date within 2 points of your own self.
Yeah, I put this on. If I haven't put this on wax before, yeah.
I think in a really early episode you did.
If you are outside of 2 rankings on, like, 2 numbers on the rating scale, that's destined not to work unless, my only caveat has always been sugar daddy, sugar mama.
Okay,
that
fair.
shit can last longer because we know why you there. But otherwise,
you know why I'm here.
So I don't get fined. Like, otherwise, nah. It doesn't work. Like, if you think that the other person is way more attractive than you, you're just gonna think that all the time. It's gonna grow in there.
But what
it's
if you're
gonna
just a
become
person who
thing.
just doesn't care about that kind of thing?
If you don't care about the thing, guess what? You're not getting that hottie. Sorry. Like, nah, not
I
buying
don't know. I can
yeah.
think of examples.
Yeah, I know. Those are what we like to call in the business outliers.
Okay.
Like, outliers. So it's fine. But I'm just telling you in general, don't believe it.
You're not having it.
Don't believe it.
Okay, how about like even more specific, not just general overall looks, but like specific things, like one of that, like really like short and tall, like really, really short and really, really tall.
I mean,
does that work?
I don't have a problem with
Regardless
it.
of who's the tall or the short one?
Yeah, I think that works easier than the actual looks.
I just don't know. I'm not as certain about that.
We know, because we know how you feel about people that are under a certain height, so we get it. Like,
But
we've
again,
been down this road.
Okay, agreed.
Every episode.
But every time you come at me for this, I tell you I only developed this opinion because I dated several short guys that they had a huge, gigantic problem with it. Yes.
Okay, and when you say huge, gigantic, why you gotta be so dramatic using those specific words? Like, I'm sure it really wasn't that big a deal. But
well, they literally met me and then acted cold and then were way not interested after they had been simping.
Then those were dudes that actually genuinely weren't ready to date someone taller than them. That has nothing to do with the fact that it doesn't work. They just weren't
I don't
ready
know.
for it.
I think that you can't just say that every dude that's not ready to date someone taller than them doesn't apply to the conversation of whether short and tall people can date. It absolutely does.
Incorrect. I have a microphone. I can say what I want, and I'm saying that.
No
like
way.
110%.
No way.
Like,
It's
exactly
part
what
of the
I'm saying.
same set of data that attributes to the same question.
Outliers. They sitting over there in the
no
corner.
way. I
They
don't
sitting over
think
there in
so.
the corner.
I'm not saying.
No, I think, first of all, okay, can you agree with this? The taller person has more of an issue going to the shorter person than the other way around.
Not in the case of tall men and short women. You're just saying it because I'm me.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But so no, that's not universal. No.
I didn't say it's universal. I said majority.
No, it's not a majority. I don't think.
No, it's the taller person is always the person that has the issue. Like, shorter people, like, they confident, they good. Like, if they coming up to the tall person, they ready
Tall
to go.
people are plenty confident.
Yeah, I know, but if the short person is the one that's doing the approaching, they clearly are confident. Like,
Yeah, fair.
They got no.
Fair point.
They got
Fair
no
point.
issue.
Fair point.
So if we're talking about the pursuer, and the pursuer is the short person, it's the taller person with the issue.
You're right.
Yeah, you got zero. You got zero there. So I'm not even gonna waste my time. But you are correct. I will go back. You are correct that the taller men to shorter women, obviously, they have less issue. Those guys.
Yeah.
Like,
But what was the meme? The meme said, "Y'all want a short bitch till your son is 5'5" and can't make varsity."
I personally wouldn't care because I never made varsity, but I understand there are people that would feel some type.
I mean,
of way
I'm
about
honestly
that.
not hating on short bitches. I love a short bitch, but no.
Yeah, you're hating on short dudes. We know. Like, you
Oh,
would
yeah, I'm hating on
never
short
hate on a
dudes.
short bitch. You're cool with that. You would never hate on that. I know that for a fact. But no, okay, that's
Yeah.
fine. Well then, okay. But now let's go to laws of attraction because
No, but wait, the personality. We didn't get the personality.
I'm
in
about to
dating.
do that right
Oh, okay,
now.
okay. Sorry.
because I don't mean to be mean, but women seem to lie about their how should I say, the weight that they put on personality over physical attraction, especially when it comes to just the dating. Like, I agree when it comes to like the actual marriage and stuff, they move that weight level.
Sure.
But when it comes to just like picking a roster or dating around, that physical attraction is weighing down way more than this dude that's smart, funny, kind, and all the good. Like, yeah, that's cute, but how big's your penis? Like, so I just want to hear what you have to say to defend your women, because I know you're not gonna have a good defense.
Yeah, I mean, first of all, my first argument.
Might be a spoiler alert.
My first argument is exactly what we've talked about many times, which is that it genuinely takes women longer to suss out if they're even at all interested in you, and part of that is because it genuinely takes longer to learn someone's personality than it does their looks. So, like, if I have more time with you, which doesn't occur in a, like, you're coming on to me in a bar situation, I don't have a lot of time. I'm
True.
much quicker to rely on what I can easily discern, which is the looks.
Are you hot or not?
Yeah. So that's one argument I would make. I'm fucking totally pulling this out of my ass.
Not a good one, but not a good one.
That's a great argument.
It's not a good.
Second argument is that no, you're putting me on the spot. I'm trying to come up with this shit.
Hey, you're the one that brought this up about physical attraction versus personality. You just didn't think I was going to come at you like that.
I just think women date genuinely differently than men. They literally don't just look at someone and decide right then and there what they think, unless it's, like, again, outside of the, couple of points range. If it's outside the couple of points range, then I kind of agree with you. Everybody just is like, right away knows what they think. And there are those outliers, but they know. And so, like, you're talking about within the point range, it takes women longer to figure it out. And so...
And again, that is perfectly fine.
Yeah.
What I'm telling you is that as much as y'all be posting that shit on your IG story about how you want homeboy to not text you what you doing, but text you, do you want tacos? No, you don't, bitch. Like, you don't. Like, you actually do not. You want him to be like, what you doing? Because you're trying to get on that dude. You don't care about these dudes that be out here actually caring off jump. Now, after some time...
Well, I do.
After some time, I'm not going to disagree. Oh, whoa. Wait, what did you say?
I actually do. I love a simp. This is documented.
I know, right? This is where I wish we had the producer. This is where I had the producer to be like, can we flash
No,
that?
I'm complex, okay? No, here's the thing. Like, I don't necessarily think it's not one or the other.
I agree.
It's not one or the other as much as it seems like it is, because the truth of the matter is that, like, especially those people, and I don't know if this is sort of outside of my situation now, but especially those people that are trying to find somebody to actually cuff, and not just date around, they are actually looking for that person that is more invested. Let's get tacos. But in the meantime, like, first of all, that's not always possible. We're not that in control of our lives. We don't know who we're going to meet and all this stuff. And again, it goes back to, like, why should I refrain from having sex, dating, meeting people just because they may or may not, be the right person that I can't find in this moment in time? So it's both. I don't think it's ever been or. For me, it's never been or. It's both.
It upsets me because this would be like the perfect opportunity for me to bring up some of the shit from F-Boy Island, which I think is cultural experience that people need to check out on HBO Max.
Yeah, we do need to discuss F-Boy Island. I just haven't seen it yet.
Okay, that's fine. I will allow your answer because I, can't argue with what you're saying.
I mean, I do think that some women are capping. Yeah. So.
I think there's more than some. I think you're being very kind.
No, I don't think it's more than some. I think it's some.
I just disagree.
I think that's there are some women who are just like fuckboys. Literally, they just say they want somebody good, and they're lying. To themselves.
Those people, that's fine. But I think there's a whole nother batch of women, which is why you're only saying some, but there's a whole nother batch of women that probably do want the guy that's asking for the tacos, but they can't seem to be attracted to him ever. And so they just sit there with the what you doing, you up, you can come over if you want to, motherfucker, until they cry about it for the rest of time.
Yeah,
which is
that's
why
fair.
I say
I would agree with that. That's your great point. there's plenty of men who don't know what they want either. That it goes to like.
I didn't say that we. I've been on the record on this pod talking about how we clowns.
Yeah,
but like
so
we're not out here clowning saying that we want a bitch to ask us for tacos. Like, I know, right? We got caught, guys. We got caught.
Yeah, but there's, but I don't know. I think that it's expressed differently, and the lies are told differently on the two different sides. But there is a majority outside, like you said. I'll give it to you. Of women and of men who just are either confused about what they want or just flat out wrong about what they want.
Yeah.
And they can't seem to figure it out.
Get to the answer, yeah.
Yeah.
Everybody needs to find their own destiny. As I be watching all these animes, I get it. But I'm just saying, like...
But, I mean, another point to be made about just, like, do opposites attract? Like, I've always said... You can't have too much... I don't think, I can't, in my own, have too much competition in a relationship. If you're both one thing, I think you build animosity, regardless of the depth of the relationship.
When you say competition or being competitive, like, do you mean in, like, stupid things, or do you mean more important things? Because, like, I almost feel like it would be fun to date a competitive woman that was, like, competitive in, like, games or sports.
Yeah, I don't mean
like
in
that.
what they are doing. I mean
so like what,
in life.
Yeah, so you mean like how much money you make?
No, I mean like how do you tend to listen or talk? If you're both going to talk first, you're going to compete. If neither one of you wants to say anything, it's going to be hard to have those conversations. Or like another example is like, are you both want to host? Like if you're entertaining at home, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you both want to be seen, quote unquote, as like that person.
Who's the star of the show?
Right.
Who's the CEO?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it eventually comes all the way up to that, which I talk about all the
yes,
time.
Yeah, and there can
but
only
you can
be
break
one.
it down into these like smaller.
Yes, there are subcategories to it,
Yeah.
but at the end of the day, it's
or how about something that's not just like other people are witnessing, but like planning and organizing. Like the way that you both go about like booking trips, like
that's why I feel like this is like you talking into like the opposites attracting, because it's like if you're opposite, like I'm not a planner, you a planner, it's gonna work,
right?
Because you're gonna take over,
right?
Like great, love it.
Yeah, it's definitely a balance because I do think there has to be some
an
kind of
OCD cleaner, and I'd be like, it's cool, whatever, we can wait a day, like cool,
right,
great, got it. Until you grow resentful that I don't clean. But
yeah, it's somewhere it's a balance in the middle.
There's got to be a balance. But there's always a balance. Like that's. Well, for a good relationship, there's always a balance. Everybody knows that. That's fine.
Right.
Well, they should know. But okay. All right. That's fine. I can agree with that.
I notice that a lot, particularly as someone who doesn't fulfill the like classic stereotypical womanly, vibes all the time.
You? What?
Right. So it's like I constantly am trying to evaluate whether or not that traditional model is something that a person that I'm interested is looking for or not. Because then I'm like, it's not going to work. We're going to fucking compete, period.
Well, dang, I feel like I'm going to use this as a quick segue to your thing when you talk about the traditional model about the last name.
Oh, good one. Yes. The last name conundrum. So I know of at least two women... Yeah, I know of at least two women that their man took the woman's last name.
Oh, wow.
And received legitimate fucking hate, like for their whole rest of their lives.
Time out real quick on. So these dudes though, they proposed, correct?
Yes.
They proposed and then took on their woman's last name.
Yes.
And then received. Okay, I just want to know about the proposal thing. So
yeah.
Cool. All right, got it. Continue.
Yeah, like from family on both sides.
Well, yeah, I mean.
Yeah, but like her family
was upset?
Yeah.
Oh.
Thought it was like weird and like bad and like looked bad on him that he did that.
I mean, weird as far as like society's not used to it, sure. Bad, come on now, y'all being dramatic.
I mean,
like,
no. But you're reading that as like they were openly being hostile. Like, there's definitely ways that, negative connotation is subliminally expressed without it being like openly hostile.
Yeah, it's fine. Like, I'm sure Christmases can be a little awkward, whatever. Thanksgiving, maybe you skip.
But like, I'm talking about like they won't do it. They won't refer to him by that name. Yeah. Just like they're totally nice, love him, blah, 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 and then they just are like, oh yeah, blah, blah. Or they'll refer to her by his last name even though she didn't take it.
No, I mean, I don't know. I guess me personally, I would just be like, I got one name. This is it. So
right.
I just won't respond when you don't refer to me by my name. Like,
yeah,
that's just
there's different ways of dealing with it, but more it's more just like. People think it's all cool now, and we're over it, and society's fine, and doesn't care.
But that specific scenario you just brought up,
true.
that is very unique. Like, I personally have never, I don't know anyone personally that's done that, but it's kind of cool. Like, good for them. Like, if they got that love like that, cool. Like, I don't know what that whole family dynamic is.
Well, but I don't. Yeah, I mean,
so I can't really.
It's more.
It's weird to me that both sides were the issue.
Yeah.
Because just knowing my family dynamic, I know I couldn't do that because it would be like a whole thing of the generations of my dad would disown me,
sure,
and I wouldn't want to be disowned just because I was trying to show love to my girl and take her name, I know it for a fact, I just know it for a fact. It's too old school, but it is what it is.
Yeah,
but I don't know those family dynamics. I don't know if it was, something where it's losing the bloodline, all these things, these stupid things they talk about that I understand to an extent, but also I'm it's 2021, guys. We kind of got to put some of this shit to bed. So it's weird. But
it's just so funny to me when people talk about losing the bloodline when these families don't even fucking like each other and have all this internal family drama. I'm just that argument would be so much more convincing if 40% of marriages didn't end in divorce. This is so fucking stupid to me that people are always going on and on about the bloodlines.
Well,
I'm just shut up.
I love that. I love that. That's fine. But to me, it's even more silly because I'm just it's 2021, we got science and DNA. It's literally not lost. It's not lost.
It literally doesn't mean what you think it means.
I can track you back all the way. It's not very difficult. So it's when they use that old school term, I'm you guys don't. Science we're way better now.
We're good.
Spoiler
we don't
alert.
need to rely on a random.
Spoiler alert, guys. Even Ancestry.com got good enough. I can figure it out. Okay, it's not that big a deal. But no, I don't know. For me, I don't think I would be mad. Kind of either way. If I got married and they didn't take my last name,
you wouldn't be mad
as the wifey. But then I'm ooh, I feel the son gotta have Nebeda in it though.
Gotta what?
Gotta have my last name in it. If we hyphenate the son's last name,
so then there's
cool.
the question
of
the kids.
Son or daughter's last name.
Well,
that's cool.
keep it to just the relationship at this point, then we'll go to the kids.
Yeah.
But so you wouldn't be mad?
No, that's fine.
You'd be fine with it, even though would your family be mad that she didn't take it?
No, I think they care more about the kid than the woman. Yeah. I genuinely think that's what. Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly. The bloodline. Yeah. So I genuinely I think they'd be oh, okay, shout out to her, power couple. Yeah.
Right.
But then if they saw that shit not change on that son or daughter, ooh, now we got to.
So, but if you hyphenated the kid, you'd be whatever, it's fine.
I wouldn't care. That's cool. He's representing us both. I
don't really give a shit about the kid because I just don't even think about it. I just don't even.
You don't think about that whole thing. Yeah. So for you, it's just a relationship, and I know good and damn well that you are. I don't even know if you're hyphenating, low key.
What, my actual name?
Yeah.
Oh, if I would hyphenate?
Yeah.
Oh, I ain't hyphenating that shit.
Yeah, I didn't think so either. Yeah. You'd be I'm just married to homeboy.
I don't know. I've recently softened a little bit though. I used to be obviously, no one surprised, extremely adamant that I would never, ever in a million fucking years change my name.
Mm-hmm.
I've softened on it just because I've softened on the notion of names being not important anyway. So it's not absurdly out of the question like I used to say, just because I'm I would more be what makes sense for the relationship, and like you said, our families and how we'll go down, blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
But, for me, it's always been this extra thing of I'll keep whatever name the fuck I want for my public image anyway. So, whatever.
But I don't know.
It also, honestly,
Go ahead.
It also, like, really, I think, plays a huge role of, like, who has the better fucking name? Just point blank. Just on a straight up level, what is the better name?
What name sounds better?
Yeah. Especially for, like, what, I don't know, like, again.
So do you
for
think
me with
those
the stages.
dudes that took the other last name, they thought the last name sounded better?
Yeah.
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 Okay.
It was a lot better.
Damn. Wow. Wrapping up their last name. It was a lot better. Okay. All right. Spoiler alert.
The other thing about it that is bothersome to me when it's just assumed that women should take the man's last name is the fact that it's a lot of goddamn work to change your legal name.
Oh, 110%.
So, like, that's a thing, too.
No, just knowing what I know about that process, like, it's annoying. Like, it's genuinely annoying. Like, it is easier to leave your shit alone from however it was you were born.
Right.
And just ride that shit out. Like.
And then, like, for me, you know, like, man, my last name has caused me all kinds of problems because it's 2 fucking words. And so, like, my whole life, I've been dealing with, like, the trials and tribulations that come with having a very weird phonetic spelling name. I didn't go all that for nothing just to change it.
You've gone your whole life with a name that's not normal. Oh, you poor thing. I would know nothing about that.
Don't get me wrong. Not a name that's not normal. A name that doesn't jive with the systems of tracking individuals in the United States. So it's a tech thing. It's not a sounding or a whatever white girl crying over stupid last name thing. It's like literally when you have a last name that's 2 words.
Yeah,
everything is harder.
It fucks the search systems up. I know. Our Googles aren't great somewhere, so it's fine. Some of them servers are not.
Not to mention it's spelled the French way and not the American way. That's a problem too. But anyway, I digress. It's fine. But no, I'm not. 99% chance there's no fucking way I'm changing my last name. Yeah, unless it's
hey, if I see you with the hyphenated, I'm gonna go up to that dude.
No, I already have a 2-word last name. I will not. There's less chance that I'll hyphenate than I'll just change it. I'll just be like, fine.
Bruh,
No.
I'll appreciate.
No.
I'll appreciate that, man, so much.
How about a remix? How about Saint and then their last name?
Oh, remix, baby.
Remix it.
I mean, yeah, create your
Depends
own last
on what
name.
it is. If it's somebody who has, you know, me and Jared always used to laugh about people who have 2 first names.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like 2 first name. If I married a guy that had a first name as his last name, then I actually might just remix it. Because that's what would work for the remix. Because it would be like Saint John. Or, you know, I'm Saint Michael. If I did Saint Keith.
Jacob,
Saint Keith is whack. I wouldn't do that.
Yeah, I was about to say, I would tell you not to do that.
No. I wouldn't do Saint John either, but something good. I don't know. I can't think of it off the top of my head.
I don't know what the first name is right now, but yeah, I'm here for it.
If he had if he had 2 first names, maybe it would work. Mike. People always said name your son Michael. Saint Michael. No, stupid.
Love your kid better than that, please. love your kid better than that. Don't do that.
Saint Michael.
Okay, all right. That's funny as hell.
Stupid.
Okay, I got one other thing I want to make sure we talk about.
Yeah, go ahead.
That goes back to some of the more basic laws of attraction thing. And this I did steal from the show that we'll talk about at a later date. But so when we're just talking about the physical attraction, and we're definitely talking about more of like the first couple meetings, a Kristen date, if you will, whatever. What is your opinion on asking someone if you can kiss them?
I mean, it's super simpy and I love it, but like it's gotta be done with the right fucking context and finesse, otherwise it's not gonna go down.
So what is the wrong context?
Well, first of all, I mean the worst case scenario is that it's very obvious that the person isn't into you and you completely ignore all the signals and just shoot your shot because you are either that desperate or that don't care and they reject you cold-heartedly. At which point, if you do go that route and it doesn't, and they reject you completely cold, ghost, the date is over. Exit immediately. Just literally get up and leave.
Abort mission. Abort
You're
mission.
sitting at the dinner table with them. It's romantic dinner. You say, "Can I kiss you?" And they say no. Get up
This is a
and
code
leave.
red. This is a code red. We have an emergency.
Just stand up, walk to the host, pay the bill from there, and get in your fucking Uber.
You're a wrap. You're a wrap. It's over. It's over.
You're done. You're done. It's over.
Okay. All right. That's the extreme, but I appreciate.
That's the extreme, but like
Yeah.
obviously, hopefully, people have enough sense not to just fucking going cold.
Yeah, but like other than that, can you think of a scenario where someone would ask and you would still say no?
I just thought of something really toxic.
You go ahead and put it on
I
wax.
mean, if I was,
Put it on wax.
no, because the reason I thought of this, just to be clear,
You don't got a preface.
no, yes, I do, is because like I constantly am, scrambling details on this podcast. So like, if I was to try to be scrambling details in real life, like if I was at a place whereby I didn't want the people I was with to witness said kiss.
Ah, okay. So you was trying to hide that. That's your moped. You was trying to ride it, but you didn't want nobody to see. Okay, I got you. I got you. Okay. I got you. Okay. That's respectable.
But I mean, I
well,
probably
it's
wouldn't
not
flat out
respectable,
reject
but
them. You'd
it's-
have to like
yeah.
figure it out. Because
You would find it in a way where they don't take it too like bullet to the heart, but
Right.
you just come back around on it.
But
Okay.
I don't know. If I'm in public with somebody that simpy, I'm probably already making out with them, and there's
Yeah, so it's already
nothing.
too late.
Yeah, it's already
like,
done.
Whatever.
I don't know what else. I kind of love this actually. I'm kind of like, I would love it if somebody said that. That'd be great.
I wasn't really sure what your reaction was going to be about the question, so I was like, you know what? I just can't wait to ask. Like, put it on wax. Like, I'm really not sure, but
Yeah. No,
it,
definitely.
it makes
into
sense. It tracks with the. Sims
I mean,
and
I don't know
what.
what's the con.
What's the con of asking?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't
Aside
know.
from
There'll
stone
be
cold rejection.
There'll be some women that say it's like, oh, the moment, like you ruined it. Like,
Oh, like you
should've
should just
went
go
in.
for it?
Yeah, which.
No way. That doesn't ruin it. Not
Yeah,
if it's
I
done
don't,
well.
I don't think so. I'm with you. I think the asking just makes more, especially the first time. Like, once we got in the vibe, then it's obviously it doesn't matter.
But
Like,
even
you
if
kinda
you're
know
in
the
a
signs.
vibe, I don't know. I find it hot. Like if you're both like very in a vibe and it's obvious that you're both into each other. Like
I meant a vibe as far as like we've already kissed before.
oh, then yeah, no,
exactly.
definitely
Like,
not.
yeah, I'm not asking twice. Like
Every time.
Yeah, like
Can
hold
I
on,
kiss
hold
you
on.
now?
Yeah,
Can I
no.
kiss you now? Can I kiss you now?
Yeah, it's like,
It's still
so
good.
you-
We're still good.
You remember like 2 hours ago when we was kissing when you said yes? Like, does the yes last all night, or
I
do I
don't know.
gotta ask again?
The only caveat to the second ask is if the first time you kissed was in private and then you were in public.
Oh yeah, PDA, but that's a whole.
Yeah.
That's different. That's fair. That's
Yeah,
I'll
yeah.
give you that. That's fair.
Yeah.
But otherwise, yeah. No arguments. But
Yeah.
yeah, otherwise, yeah. The first time, I feel like that's the right move.
I mean,
Like,
yeah, there are some women. I couldn't even like fathom this, so that's why I had to ask you. But that's hilarious. No, there's plenty of women who would be like, no, like you gotta like just take a chance and go for it. I don't want blah, blah, blah. Which is fine. I get that. Everybody likes what they like, and that's
Yeah,
fine. But
I like what I like.
I don't think anybody. I don't know if you're legitimately gonna be mad. I mean, to Victor's point, if you're legitimately gonna be mad, I mean, aside from like the cutesy simpiness aside, it's genuine consent. So if you're gonna be mad at someone asking you genuine consent, that's pretty fucking stupid of you.
Yeah, that's
So like, definitely lighten up on that.
That's yeah. Like you should.
If your reaction is to be pissed that the person is asking you for consent,
Yeah, you should
maybe
check
not
some
the
other
right.
things. Yeah, you should check some other things in your life real quick. Check some other things in your life real quick, because that one ain't hitting, girl. That
Yeah.
one, or bra, that ain't hitting. Like, nah.
It could be awkward if they lean into the like. Yeah, I don't know. I guess that's fine. There's definitely a way to do it where I wouldn't like it. I guess I want to clarify.
Well, yeah,
Yeah.
I feel like you did already clarify that,
If
but
it's so awkward, it's just like you're being so awkward. But
I mean, again, that's why you should just ask. And we want to have.
honestly,
No issues.
I could definitely see myself being like, no.
Oh yeah, that's the thing. That's why I was wondering what your answer was going to be, because I was
Even
like,
even
I thought
if
you
I
was
was
gonna come in
kidding,
with that
even as
stone
a
cold
joke.
shit. You'd be like, Nah.
Even as a joke, I'd be
and
like,
they'd be like, "Come over here, bitch."
Yeah,
Like,
exactly.
all right, whatever.
I would
Like,
do
she
something
wildin',
like that.
Like, you rude.
I would do some fake like movie type scenario in my that I've already thought up in my head millions of times. I'd be like, what would make for a great movie scene? If I say no and then jump in his arms. Perfect.
So
Stupid.
cute. Never seen it in a movie one time in my life ever. Like, not even once. Not
Yeah.
one time. My
Interesting.
goodness.
Interesting.
And also, I'll just for the sake of the podcast, I'll just make it clear. Girls, y'all ain't got to ask that dude. Just kiss him. Like, y'all ain't got to ask that man. Like,
Yeah, wow.
we,
I don't know that
yeah.
I would ever say that
Yeah.
to a guy. That's weird.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm trying to say. Like, y'all don't got to ask that man.
That would never even occur to me.
Either you bout it or you, yeah. Of course, the married man disagrees. He wants consent
You
all
want
day, but
The married guy wants.
I agree that the married guy should get the question so that he can answer and let you know that he's married. But for the single people, yeah, no, you can just go ahead. It's fine. Like,
So, I mean, to wrap it up, like, do opposites attract? Yes. Is it good or bad?
debatable.
Balance, as always.
It's debatable.
Just
but-
like there's the balance between healthy sex life and being a sex addict. It's to come full circle.
Well, I don't know about I don't know if I can co-sign on that statement or not, but I will allow it to be the end because it's just that funny.
Yeah.
But we always keep the healthy balance here on the quarantines.
Yes, sir.
So we gonna take this little drink break and we'll hit you guys with these quick hits. Pow.